I would like to welcome everyone to the second part of our argument back on So-Called Experts. Still with me is my boy Castro, and cameo appearance here by the future, right here, of sports as we know it, J-Train, right here. We got future shortstop, halfback, possibly even point guard. What's he gonna wrestle at in high school?
You gonna wrestle big guys or little guys?
Big.
There you go. The only 160-pounder who's gonna be wrestling heavyweights in high school. So as we finished last episode, we finished with our top 3 most loved players in sports. Now we're gonna go into our top 3 most hated players in sports.
Can I go first?
Be my guest.
Can I go first?
Be my guest. Top 3 most hated players in sports.
Mr. Hernandez, I'm sorry. Tony Romo.
Why Tony Romo?
You know Tony Romo's story?
He's undrafted.
Came out of nowhere.
Undrafted?
Came out of nothing.
So isn't that a good story?
No. Sean Payton, when he was the offensive coordinator with Dallas, brought him in.
Right.
To do something.
Right.
What has he done?
He's...
Thank you. What has he done?
mean, I'll give the guy this.
No.
It's probably the hardest position in football to play, the quarterback of the Cowboys. There's so much pressure.
No.
So it's...
Try being Brett Favre's replacement.
Okay, that's another...
Thank you.
Aaron Rodgers. Romo's had a lot to work with, and I'll admit he just can't. He's a good player. Statistically speaking, he's like top 5. He's top 5 in like quarterback percentage.
Top 6.
Statistically speaking, he would be a top 5 quarterback. I wouldn't put him top 5. He doesn't have that winner. He's not a winner. You know what I mean? He's not gonna win you that game. He's proven it in the postseason.
No, he's proven it.
Yeah, that he just can't get you over the hump.
That's my number 1 hate.
Your number 1 hate. My number 1 hate. I love to say this. My number 1 hate.
Wow.
We're peaking. A-Rod. Alex Rodriguez.
You know he's gonna be the greatest baseball player alive, right?
He's on steroids.
You know he is. How do you know that? Have you tested him yourself?
He's proof positive, and he came out and self-admittedly on 60 Minutes said, you know what, I regret taking the steroids, but guess what? They helped him to become who he is.
So whatever you see on 60 Minutes is truth.
If he comes and gives a confession, I don't believe it's self-admission, then yes, with the positive test to back it up.
This is what I'm going to say. There's a lot of factors involved with the steroid use in baseball today, and especially with the player as high profile as Alex Rodriguez. Maybe he used something.
He did use something.
Maybe he used...
You can't tell me when he played with the Mariners, you see his frame? He was like Derek Jeter skinny.
No, he wasn't.
He was skinny. You got to look at the...
He wasn't like McGuire. What do you see McGuire in the beginning?
He never got that big. He never got that big,
Yeah.
but you can see a significant difference in his frame.
What I'm saying is, what do we know? We know he self-admitted to using steroids.
He used steroids.
Okay, he didn't even self-admit to using steroids.
He got
caught. Used HGC.
HGH.
HGH.
And here's, you know why, one big reason why I can't stand the guy is because I was actually cheering for him at one point. When Barry Bonds broke the...
I don't know. When you never cheered in front of me.
When Barry Bonds broke the record on steroids, I was like, and he broke Hank Aaron's all-time home run record, and they got caught with steroids, I was like, oh, I can't stand that a steroid user is the #1 home run winner of all time.
Even with the asterisk.
Even with an asterisk. I can't stand that, and I was like, I hope A-Rod breaks the record. So the #1 guy is clean. And then what happened a year later? You're the second most hated player.
I hate this guy, and I love this guy. I grew up watching this guy, and when the baseball hit his head and went over the center field wall...
You talking about Mr. 40-40?
I'm talking about the guy who invented Mr. 40-40.
First 40-40 ever.
Jose Canseco.
Jose Canseco.
I hate him because...
The other half of the Bash Brothers.
Thank you. Thank you. I hate him because he's what we trusted in. And then for him to turn around and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna just say screw everybody, screw everything, screw baseball, screw all your little kids. I'm gonna just turn my back on everybody.
Throw everyone under the bus.
Now, the fact that he brought truth to baseball, I admire you for that.
I'm actually glad we know about that.
Thank you. Thank you, Jose Canseco, for that. But sign my book for ruining baseball. Because you can't say that if somebody would have came up to Babe Ruth at the latter part of his years and said, "Hey, babe, I can give you 10 more years,"
He would have done it.
Are you serious?
I think so.
Thank you, and I appreciate you being honest about that. I can give you 10 more years. Could you imagine the Babe with 10 more years?
Right.
What are we looking at the home run record?
Right. We're looking at
900.
A-Rod.
Like,
We're looking at A-Rod. We're looking at A-Rod. Thank you very much. So
and we may be looking.
I
at
just
A-Rod.
can't. I just don't like the guy because he was willing to throw everyone under the bus for the sake of writing a book.
Right.
You know,
Because he was so far down.
He was done.
He was done. He had nothing left. So Jose Canseco, go sit on a bed of nails. We hate you, but if you ever want to be on this show, you got to bring your own beer. You ain't Drew Brees, dude.
You gotta bring a 30-pack.
You ain't Drew Brees, dude.
So on to my next most hated player. I gotta go with Tom Brady.
Wow.
I cannot stand the guy.
I gotta throw my pen twice for this one, dude.
He is such a little crybaby. There are rules invented.
You're talking about the Brady rule.
I'm talking about the Brady rule and the Tuck rule. I'm talking about rules that were made just because
Is
of
it
this
Brady's
guy.
fault that those rules are there?
Okay.
Or is it the NFL's fault? Or is it Roger Goodell's fault?
I think they're protecting
the fact that
Brady.
they're protecting Brady.
If it was anyone else, if it was Alex Smith, those rules would probably not be in effect.
Alex Smith is nowhere near Brady.
I know, but the thing is, they're protecting him because he's the pretty boy of the
How
league.
many jerseys does Alex Smith sell?
Probably like 2.
Okay.
I'm
How many
saying
jerseys did Tom Brady
A
sell?
million. But they're protecting him.
NFL wants to protect
The thing
Tom
is,
Brady.
it's got into his head that they're going to protect him. I've seen him literally get hit from someone, fall on the ground,
Do this.
and then look at the ref and go like this.
Yeah.
And then the ref literally reach in his pocket and throw the flag.
4 seconds, 5 seconds, 12
After the
seconds
play,
after the
because Tom Brady is crying about it. Oh, if Tom Brady's crying
the Tom
about
Brady
it.
rule. The Tom Brady rule.
Oh, I mean, all of that. I just can't stand the guy.
So you hate Tom Brady
because
for
I think
being a great player.
because he abuses that they're protecting him.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you were Tom Brady and you were in his position and you knew the league was trying to protect you and you knew your health was the only thing you had
Right.
to take care of your wife, your kids, your ex-wife, whatever.
His wife's a
Would
billionaire.
you? His
His wife can take care of him.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Would you not go for the Tom Brady rule?
I don't know.
Would you not look at a referee every time a defensive lineman missed a tackle and then rolled
I can't
to try to roll your ankle?
I
Would you
can't
not look
speak
at the
on it.
ref
I
and
can't
go
speak
for
on
it?
it. All I can say is I don't like the fact that he cries about it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's a crying aspect to it.
And
that
by
I don't
crying, you mean asking for
like
it.
kind of a whiny thing.
Because I don't think Tom Brady cries about it. I think he
it
asks for
seems
it.
whiny.
I think Tom Brady says, "Hey, what's up, dude?
Well,
He's
it
rolling
seems
on my
whiny to
ankles."
me. So, anyways, on to your.
Wasn't he out a whole year
Yeah, he
for
missed
that?
a year. But that was a different one.
Okay, let's
so,
go. Let's
who is
go.
your next most hated player?
My last third hatest player, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this with extreme prejudice. Tiger Woods.
Why Tiger?
I loved him so much. I loved him. I thought Tiger was the greatest thing to ever happen at golf. And I'm sorry, sports, the so-called expert fans for bringing golf into the baseball.
But Tiger, everyone knows who Tiger is. They
Here,
know
this
his
is what I'm
story.
saying.
But why do you hate him?
Tiger Woods.
He's going through a rough time.
Wow. He's going through, or he went through it 2 years ago?
I mean, he went. Okay, so you hate him because you're saying he's weak mentally.
I'm saying he's weak mentally. Tiger Woods.
They talked about him as the most.
Remember when we were talking about Jack Nicklaus? I remember sitting here on your couch.
Mhm.
Jack Nicklaus at what? And I don't know the exact
I
stats.
think like 14.
14
18,
majors.
14 or 18?
majors,
Yeah.
right? Tiger was at what, 7,
Right.
6?
At the time.
Something like
But
that.
on a
At
roll.
the
He was on
time,
a roll.
He was on a roll.
Right.
And I remember talking to you and saying, oh, he'll never break Jack Nicklaus.
I thought he was going to.
And you looked at me and you said, Tiger?
In 2 years, he'll have the record.
He's done. He's not only gonna break Jack Nicklaus's records, but he's gonna surpass it.
Yeah, he's going to set an unbreakable mark.
And you're gonna tell me that this weak-minded golf player, all it took was you cheating on your wife? Are you serious?
All I'm going to say is,
Are you
so you're saying
serious?
he's weak-minded because it's now affecting his game, the whole situation?
This is what I'm saying. You cheated on your wife, you got caught, now you suck. But the fact of the matter is, you were cheating on your wife years before.
And he was
that.
good when he was cheating.
And he was good.
So I thought, honestly, now that he was single, he was going to play better because he had less to worry about.
Right.
But maybe he should go get married again. And then
no,
to my third most hated player. And anyone who knows me is probably is wondering why I waited to number 3 to bring his name up, because I am always bad mouthing the guy.
Who?
Kobe Bryant.
Wow.
I cannot stand the guy. Is he a great player? Yes. Is he the top time? He has rings. He's the best thing since Jordan. I cannot stand him. I cannot stand him from the time he got rid of Shaq, where he literally made the Lakers.
He got rid of Shaq?
Yes. His ego was so big, he wanted to be the it man in LA. He made them trade Shaq. Instead of building probably the greatest dynasty the Lakers have ever had since Magic.
How many championships you won with Shaq?
3.
3?
3.
Wow.
They
So he
could've-
didn't do something for Shaq? How old was Shaq when they won the last
He was in his
championship?
prime.
No, he wasn't.
He went on to Miami and won.
31
He
when
went
he
on to
won
his
last
Miami
time.
and won another championship. If he would have stayed in LA, they could have won another 2 or 3.
But you can't keep Shaq and Kobe in the same team.
Because of Kobe.
Yeah.
His ego was too big. And then to top it off, once he gets rid of Shaq, he makes the Lakers trade Shaq when Shaq all ever wanted to do was be a Laker. Then he goes and snitches on the man. And tells his wife that he was cheating on her. You already kicked him out of LA? And now you're gonna go snitch on the guy?
Alright.
I'm
with you on that one. You're gonna sell me on that
How
one.
many man laws has Kobe Bryant broken?
Yeah.
Enough to be on my most hated list.
More than A-Rod?
About the same as that's why they're both on my list. So with that said, thank you everyone for coming back to another episode of So-Called Experts for my boy Castro. Don't forget to follow us on So-Called Experts at YouTube, So-Called Experts on Facebook. Don't forget to support your troops. With that being said, have a good day.